Hey everyone, Ray Alfalla here with the beat car and the fixed setup at Iowa. Here we are taking the green flag for our hot lap. As you can see, we're going to enter turn 1. Go right to the bottom. There's a few bumps in the middle of turns 1 and 2. Easy on the throttle as there's a transition there off turn 2. And enter turn 3, you can go down to the bottom. We'll be experimenting with all the lines on the track pretty much throughout the run. But that completes our hot lap around Iowa. Now here, using VRS, we are going to be comparing our hot lap to lap 10, and then lap 20 and 30 and 40 and so on. So normally you would have your hot lap as the lap 1 on the using VRS, but for the video purposes, I'm actually going to have the video show you, the lap I'm describing, and then this right here, which essentially shows you the line where you're comparing the line that I'm running on the video versus the line on the hot lap, and it'll be more apparent here once I click play. So we're at the line right here, starting lap 10, and then entering turn 1. So what this is showing right here, essentially for the hot lap, if you remember, I was down on the bottom lane. So this shows that my car for the hot lap was to the left about 16.29 feet compared to lap 10 right here. And up here on the left, it shows that right now I'm 0.155 seconds slower at this point than I was during the hot lap. So that's a good way to compare how you were, 2 different laps. And obviously the hot lap being much faster than all the other laps because of the cold tires and the much grip that these cars have on fresh rubber. That's how they're going to be different. And here's the different throttle traces. The hot lap will be in red for this video. Again, normally if you're comparing your own laps, it's going to be blue is the default setting for the fastest lap. But for the video purposes, we're kind of switching that over. So the hot lap will be in the red markers right here, and the current lap will be in blue. So entering turn 1 right here, I'm actually running the high line, or the middle lane, sort of, second groove. And right here, I got a little bit loose. Now, that transition right there off of turn 2, it almost feels like you go up the hill, and then that's kind of what upsets the car, which is why you're going to want to maybe run a little bit higher line as the tires wear with this car here. As you can see right there, I got pretty loose. And then turn 3, you can run up by the wall almost. You can go all the way to the bottom. As you can see right there, I was 36 feet higher than the hot lap, obviously. When we come off the corner, and the lap is about 6/10 slower. So that completes lap 10. Now here we go, starting lap 20. Again, I'm using a lot of arc entering the corner, kind of going to that second groove, getting back on the throttle. Then we enter turn 3, and this time I'm trying to actually a little bit of a lower line. Again, not as aggressive as the hot lap. As you can see right there, I was still, if we're going to rewind right here, entering the corner. Right there, the hot lap, I was almost 9 feet farther to the left than I am for this lap right here, but it's kind of what you have to do as the tires wear on this car. You just take a wider entry into the corner, and then easy on the gas rather, off the corner, as the car can easily step out on you. Now we start lap 30, and again I'm kind of trying to run that middle groove. It also helps you avoid some of the bumps, or the bumps aren't as bad in turn 1 as when you go to the bottom line. There's actually quite a few bumps up there. And here, in the race, you'll see that so many different grooves will work in turns 3 and 4. As you can see during that lap right there. Now starting lap 40, we're entering turn 1 here pretty high up. And again, I'm just trying to keep this car going straight. I'm actually right there running a little bit lower off of turn 2 than I was before. Just trying different things, looking for grip around the track, and you're going to have to be doing that all race. Sometimes the bottom might work better in 3 and 4, sometimes the top might work better. Depends how you're racing in traffic. But it's a track with a lot of different options, and a lot of different lines that you can run, and it makes for a very enjoyable experience while you race on it. Now we start our last lap. And this lap will be about 1.4 seconds, you know, almost a second and a half slower. And then this one I went all the way to the bottom, just like I did on the hot lap, just to have a direct comparison of you know, the fall off and how the tires react. And as you can see, you know, this right here is staying very close to where I was on the hot lap, because I'm basically running, you know, the same line. As you can see right there, 1.4 seconds off. And that's 50 laps with the B car on Iowa.